Um, are there any specific themes or message you often explore in your art, and why?
So, I think makikita nyo naman kung napabasa nyo or napapanood nyo yung mga isinusulat ko, yung mga ipiniperform or idinederahe ko, ay parang makikita mo na kaagad kung ano yung mga themes na gusto ko or laging mensahe na ibinibigay ko sa aking sa aking mga isinusulat and ibiniderahe sa tanggalan. I usually write stories about faith, no? Just like Ang Passion ni Cristo, about the legends or story of the place, like Ang Kalabanga, and true to life experiences, no? Like yung isinulat ko yung Kami Kadto that depicts the tradition, paano ba yung pag-aasawa noong unang panahon, paano ba yung yung courtship before, no? Kasi ngayon iba na, gumagamit na kayo ng social media. So ano ba yung paraan ng panliligaw? So true to life experience po 'yon, no? Isa yung kwento ng isang matanda na taga Kalabanga. Wala na siya ngayon, patay na po siya. Pero yung alaala na isinare niya, yung tradition, yung practice na isinare niya, ay ginawa naming buhay sa pamamagitan ng pagsasaintablado ng kanyang kwento. So yun po yun. Again, I usually write about faith, about story of the place, whether it is legend or historical, and true to life experiences of the people. Seldom po akong gumawa ng fiction kasi kumbaga parang pwede nakakagawa ako ng fiction stories again kapag nafe-feel ko na there's a need, kasi kung halimbawa gusto ko lang pukawin or ma-inspire yung mga tao, no? So pwede akong gumawa ng fiction stories, but then I think mas nagiging maganda yung kwento ko kapag yun po ay galing sa tunay na buhay. So yun. Kasi you know, I always believe naman na etong mga themes or itong mga messages na lagi kong ilinalagay sa aking mga panulat, it really reflects values and identity of the community. I think they also help to preserve our stories for the next generation. Gaya noong Kalabanga, Ang Passion ni Cristo, I think kahit po wala na ako, kahit kayo tumanda na, mawala kayo, may magmamana pa din yan. At makikita pa rin yan ng mga susunod na henerasyon.
So, the next question is, what challenges have you faced as a local artist?
Okay, so babalikan ulit natin yung sagot ko na dahil nga po wala akong formal na pag-aaral sa pagsusulat. Sometimes I feel insecure. I think it's natural. I really feel insecure compared to other local artists or local writers, lalo na doon sa merong mga trainings and at the same time merong formal schooling and writing. You know, I often think na my work isn't as worthy as their work. Because I know that there are audiences, there are people who need and at the same time appreciate my work. So I continue writing. So iniisip ko na lang, ang pagsusulat ko ay hindi sa aking kapwa-artist. Ako ay nagsusulat para sa aking audience, no? So with that belief or with that particular thinking, my apprehensions fade, no? Slowly fade, or kung hindi man siya totally ma-eradicate, at least ma-lighten. So, lalo na po kapag naisaintablado na yung aking ginawa at nakikita ko na yung audience ay kumbaga na nafe-feel nila or na nararamdaman nila yung mensahe ng aking isinulat. So, that's the time na parang nagiging nawawala yung aking mga apprehension, nawawala yung aking insecurities. And that's the time na sasabihin ko ulit, magsusulat pa ako para sa aking audience. So, kasi with that, I feel connected to my audience. Yun ang gusto kong laging nangyayari. Every time na nagsasaintablado ako, I really want, no, na yung aking isinulat, na yung aking identity ay nakakonekta sa aking mga manonood, no? Not only to their experiences, but also to their emotions, no, na nakakapture ng aking performance or ng aming performances. Thankfully, that I have also friends and fellow teachers, no, and even the people of Calabanga who support my creative work and help to improve my confidence.
The nine questions is, how do you think your community or hometown has shaped your art style?
Okay. So, I think it started from my family. It's from my experience in my family. Because when I was a child, no, nung I was still a kid, my mother was my greatest storyteller. Ano po? She always told us stories about saints, no? Stories about our town, no? Yung aming barangay, tsaka yung mga kwentong bayan. Every time na merong Holy Week, noong bata pa kami, so lagi kaming nanonood ng prosesyon. Kung hindi man kami makasama sa prosesyon, pinanunood namin siya. Nandoon lang kami sa gilid ng kalsada, pinanunood. And while the procession was going on, ang ginagawa ng aking mother, iniisa-isa niya yung mga saints, sinasabi. Tapos ako naman noon, laging nagtatanong, bakit yung santong iyon merong kahawak na mukha? Bakit si Kristo merong pasa na krus? Bakit si Kristo nasa harapan ng isang parang hari? So yun yung mga questions ko before. And that was the time that my mother always told me the stories, no, na pag nagsalita na ako or pag nagbigay na ako sa kanya ng tanong, ang sagot niya sa akin ay mahaba kasi ginagawa niyang paistorya. Iniistorya niya. So kahit yung legend ng aming place, parang kinukwento niya. So parang doon sa mga pagkukwento niya, parang I think that's an additional energy, additional inspiration for me to become a writer. Yun po. Kasi kumbaga parang doon nagsimula yung aking inspiration then to write, aside from siguro kumbaga noong nag-college na ako, nag-join na ako sa cultural, kung na-influence man ako ni Dr. Espejo, but I think the story of my mother helped me a lot to develop my craft as a writer.